This is a message for the empaths and the sensitives. So this is about discernment. And what does discernment mean in the spiritual world, or in any world, in any life space? Is having discernment means you ask questions. And I had somebody recently say to me that he knew in a very short conversation how much money he could get out of me. That it would have been actually really easy. And he did actually get pretty close to the number that he had in his mind. Right? So I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and when I needed to use my discernment, because in the moment I felt the manipulation, I could feel it in my body, I could actually feel it in my heart. But what I said to myself is, I can handle it. And yes, can I handle it? And yes, did he get the amount of money that he wanted out of me? Yes, to both of those things. But it was a lesson. It was a lesson in discernment. And so how did he get that amount of money out of me is the old sob story. So if a grown man is giving you a sob story of that they're this poor them, their ex is poor this, they're poor that, it's like they're a grown man, way beyond a grown man. And so why are they needing your help? Why aren't they sorting it out themselves? Why do they need to be rescued? Right? That's manipulation. That's a controlling person. And so my body registered the control and the manipulation. But what I said to myself, or what my conscious mind said to me, is it's not a big deal. It's not that much money. So it doesn't matter if it's $1 or $1,000. What's going to leave the impact is the manipulation, is the control. And I don't feel sorry for anybody. Meaning, if they're not asking, I'm not helping. And so the discernment needed to come in for me to ask, why is he asking? And who is he? And where is he coming from? Right? Those are the things to ask, and that's using your discernment. And he said afterwards, he said, I can talk to people for 5 minutes and I know how much money I can get out of them. Right? And he was right. He knew exactly in talking to me the first 5 minutes. It took a while to extract the money, of course, but he got what he wanted. And so, of course, he was in my inner circle. He wasn't a stranger, a complete stranger. And so it was easy for him to kind of slide in. But I remember when he came in, he came kind of from the back door. He wasn't up front. And that's when we can use our discernment. Ask questions. Ask them questions and then see how they respond. Because mostly they don't like questions. And they actually, if you pay attention, usually don't answer your question. They start talking about other things, but they don't answer your questions. So that's discernment. Just something to think about. It's something that I work on. And all the bleeding hearts out there, the empaths and the sensitives, that's something to get really good at, is discernment and asking questions. Because people, you don't have to work that hard. They will reveal themselves because they're mostly lazy. And they're just looking for a fast way in, a fast track. And then they'll move on to somebody else that's easier. But if you're asking questions, that already is making you difficult. And they don't want that. They want an easy mark, an easy way of getting what they want. And that's why they're highly manipulative. But usually with manipulation will come the lying, the cheating, and the stealing. And so that's why we need to use our discernment. Especially if you say to yourself, well, it's not that big of a deal. I can help. It's like, wait a minute. Who's asking for help? And why do they need help?